Oh, that fell. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spruce Grove. We're proud to stream today from Grand Fuhr Arena. We have CAC United Sports Cycle taking on PAC Saints. Welcome to Grand Fuhr Arena, folks. We're in Spruce Grove, Alberta. United Sport and Cycle from CAC is going to wear the light jerseys today. Wearing the darks, we got the PAC Saints. Players to watch for today: CAC's leading scorer Eric Thorvalton, 2 goals, 3 assists, and Max Frostad and Jacob Fuhr each helping out. Max has a goal and 3 assists, and Jacob 2 goals, 1 assist. Actually, we have a bunch of players with 3 points. Owen has 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, and Jackson 3 assists. PAC Saints leading scorer Houston Oulet, goal and 2 assists, followed by Cohen McLeod and Carter Christensen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. While we get going, we'll acknowledge our title sponsor, United Sport and Cycle, as well as our platinum sponsor, I lost it. Oh, Northwest Equipment and Northwest Enclosures. We also like to acknowledge Collingwood Orthodontics and Zender Ford. Thank you for your contributions to the team and helping us bring the game to you. Both teams come into the game with the exact same record, 1-1. PAC Saints started the season losing to St. Albert Royals. Oh no, I take that back. They beat Fort Sask and then lost to St. Albert. Last game was 3-5 loss. And United Cycle started the season with a 5-1 win over Sherwood Park. And then last night's loss to MLAC. Puck drops, goes into the PAC zone. Picked off at center. Thrown in down low by West. Fed back to Thorvaldson. Overskates it a bit, and PAC is going to break out in the near zone. Turned around at center again, but PAC is going to get it back. Johnson comes up the right side to Christensen. Shot on goal. That's steered aside by Webster. Puck chipped out to center. Thorvaldson's going to get it for CAC. Coming up the left side. Trying to drive down low. He's going to carry it behind the net. Couldn't find an outlet to get it to. PAC removes it from him and try and move it out their own zone. Johnson tries to go to the near side. That's blocked. Goes to the left side to Kirkman. Kirkman tries to send it up to Christensen. That's tipped into the Canadian zone. Canadian's going to put up the ice. Here's Ulrich trying to bounce it off the boards. Looking for that stretch pass. It evades his man, and we have an icing call with 18:58 left in the first period. Canadians win that face-off in their own zone. PAC jumping on quick. They turn it over. There's a shot that's blocked. Ends up in the high slot. Cleared away by number 9, Burnett. Tried to get it to Taylor. Taylor back to, let's see here, Zahara. And he puts that into the PAC zone. PAC moving up the near side. Outlet pass by Kirkman. Goes across the ice. It's going to be turned over and picked up by Frostad. Zahara trying to center that, looking for a Heck. He has to go back to retrieve it. Gets it into the offensive zone. Enrique Gomez tried to center that back to Heck. That's turned over. Sending up the ice is Wensley for PAC. Back to his own zone. Turcotte starts behind the goal line. Moves the puck to the near side. Looked for Heck. His pass was blocked. Quickly onto it was Rogers. He couldn't get the shot to go towards the net. It goes behind to the far side. Put him into the boards. Number 6, Eagle. Eagle gets the puck up to Enrique Gomez. Now it's turned over at the point. Quick save there by Webster. Richard picks up the puck, puts it off the boards. Heck chips it in. And both Richard and Heck get nailed at the same time. This is going to end up being an interference penalty issued to number 9, Parker Harrison of PAC Saints. Penalty comes, 17:38 left in the first period. We'll have the face-off far side in the PAC zone. Waiting to get the proper credentials up on the board. Got the thumb up from the timekeeper, and we'll drop the puck on the far side. Canadians win that puck up. Trying to hustle into it was Taylor. He has it in the corner. Recycles it to the right point where Eagle passes it off to Fuhr. Comes back to Eagle. Fuhr on the right side. Thrown down low. Oh, looking for Frostad sitting on the back door, sneaking down from the left point. Comes back up top to Eagle. Back to Frostad. Frostad to Thorvaldson. The Eagle, there's a shot on. And tried to back that was Thorvaldsen. Goalie made the save there. Thorvaldsen looking for the rebound. Here's Frostad. He absorbs the hit, sends it to the far side. Jacob Hoare picks up the puck. Hoare skates to the top. Throws it down low. There's a pad save by 33. What's that? 31. 33, Lawrence. Shot by Eagle right into the midsection on Lawrence. Lawrence absorbs that. Hangs on. And we're going to stop with 16. Oh, the time. The clock's still going. Clock. Now it stopped. We had about 3 seconds roll off of it. Early season rust. No worries. Looks like they put another one in the box. I see two PAC Saints in the box. Let's see what we're doing here. 21 is heading back to the bench. But he gets to stay on the bench, so not positive what's going on. Number 9 is still in the box. Harrison. Regular power play. 3 minutes left in the man advantage for United Sport and Cycle. Face off on the far side. Puck won by CAC. Past the left side. Here's Morris with it. Morris trying to go in front. Goes through the wicket to Richard. Turned over. PAC on the far side. And he gets it out and sending it down the ice was Bendal for PAC. Webby out. Gets it over to Richard. Richard returns it behind the net. Skating it out. No, that's Morris. Morris gets it up to West. Driving it up the left side, throws it back up the boards. Morris is going to handle that at the point. Shovels it down as he's pressured. Sent to the outside, and it's a break. Here comes 22 coming up the right side. West trying to meet him. Backhand, and it's in. A short-handed goal. Just makes it. Looks like underneath the pads of the Canadiens goaltender, and a short-handed goal puts PAC on the board with 15:51 left in the first period. PAC pressuring the defensemen in their own zone on the penalty kill. They get out center and rush it down. West tried to make it back. Couldn't quite in time. They drag it, put it underneath the Canadiens goaltender. 1-0 PAC. Canadiens looking to answer. Trying to drag it into the zone was Frostad. He's bumped and the puck returns back into the Canadian zone. Eagle up to Thorvaldsen. Thorvaldsen finds some space. He's going to come up the left side. Looking for somebody in front. He's going to cycle to the far side of the ice. Puts it up the boards. Eagle couldn't catch up to it. He has to come back to his own zone to reset for CAC. Pass up to Thorvaldsen. Thorvaldsen quickly up to Taylor. Taylor has a streaking Frostad. Frostad with the shot blocker save. Rebound. Put it away, and it's put in! Sitting on the doorstep, fighting that rebound. Jackson Taylor puts it behind the PAC goaltender, and the Canadiens score on the power play and even up the game at 1 with 15:05 left in the first period. Good speed by United Sport and Cycle entering the offensive zone. Couple shots on, finally picking up the rebound and putting it into the back of the net. Jackson Taylor evens it up for his team. PAC back to full strength. They get the puck into the Canadian zone, or rather keep it there. Morris Had the puck now. It's back below the Canadiens' goal line. Turned over. Tipped out to center. It's going to be picked up by PAC's number 23. I'm guessing that's Tamusiak. Puck put into the United Sport and Cycle zone. Morris puts it up the near side. Peck tries to chip it out, but he's hit on the play. PAC keeps it in the zone. Over on the right side. Battle for it on the boards. PAC comes away with it. Tried to drag it into the slot. That's taken away by the Canadiens. Rushing up the right side. Schufelt. Tracked down by Tamusiak. PAC gets a hold of it. Puts it around the boards. Eagle keeps it in at the left side. Sends it back below the PAC goal line. His team's changing. Tamusiak goes to the far side. Tip pass. That's going to be broken up by the Canadiens. They keep it in the PAC zone. Taylor, goal scorer in the game, moves the puck back into the corner. PAC intercepts that. 23 up to 21. Centering pass. That's knocked down by the Canadiens. Eagle's going to take a shot. As he's hit, he gets it off, and that's a pad save by Lawrence. The puck comes out to center. Put back into the PAC zone. Now it comes back to Turcotte. Turcotte quickly moves it over to Eagle. Eagle throws it to the open side, and it bounces into the PAC zone. 23 to 21. Guessing that Schultz to Tamusiak. Goes to the far side. Turned around at center, but PAC's going to pick it back up and try and go up that far side. PAC gets the puck back. Here's 21. Over to 28. That's Bazau. Bazau gets it off to Christensen, who tries to net. He's going to go behind, keeping possession. Puts it back to the left point. That's intercepted by Thorvaldsen. Trying to get some speed. Comes through the zone. 2-on-1 back the other way. Thorvaldsen to Fuhr. Fuhr tried to return it back. Thorvaldsen was on his backside. Couldn't catch up to it. Thrown into the slot. Fuhr turns, shoots. Picked up by Thorvaldsen. He waits, holds. And it stays on the outside of the post. Thorvaldsen trying to outweight the goalie. Goalie had the angle. And it stays out of the net. Puck available on the far boards. Here they come battling for it. Put up the near side. 8 to 28. That's Christensen to Bazau. Bazau trying to rush it in. Can't get her around Ulrich cleanly. Puck turned around in the Canadian zone. They're going to break out. Thrown to the near side. Bounces off the boards. Icing waved off here. Here's number 13. Relay. Stretch pass up to Rogers. Rogers low shot kicked away by Webster. At the line. Harrison couldn't keep it in, so he's going to reset with his D. Over to Zareski. Comes up to in front of the scorer's bench. PAC gets it into the Canadian zone. Bounces off the boards. Webby reaches out. And Kai Webster stops play with 11:28 left in the first period, where we're tied at 1 after 2 special teams goals. One shorthanded by PAC, followed up by the power play goal by CAC. Off the draw, Canadiens have the puck. Here's Heck. Held in at the right side by number 21. Number 9 takes that. Stripped of the puck by Heck. PAC puts it back in. Delayed offside was indicated. That gives Morris some time to break out. He fires it just outside the blue line, trying to catch Lawrence, unsuspecting. Lawrence, though, knocks it down, covers it up with 11:03 left in the first period. Face off far side in the PAC zone. Trying to jump the gun was number 23. Centerman needing to be replaced on the PAC side. But the Saints win it. Boy, they throw it dangerously in front of their goal. It comes back in. Here's Bagel with a shot. That's knocked down by Lawrence. Picked up on the near side by the Canadiens. Trying to battle it off the boards is Zahara. Puck comes back to Taylor. Now it comes back to Eagle. Eagle gets it back to Taylor. Joining the fray is Schultz, or Bendel. Puck goes to the wide side. It's going to be thrown out to the neutral zone by the Saints. Walking in the left side is Wensley. He puts it back against the boards, looking for D help. That's going to be intercepted by Turcotte. PAC keeps it in at the line again, though. Morris now uses the boards, puts it out to the neutral zone. PAC puts it right on to Webster. Webster leaves that for Eagle. Eagle gets the breakout going, moves it to the near side to Taylor. Taylor over to Hoare. Hoare couldn't get it back with a streaking Zahara. Zahara heads to the bench, goes for a change. Eagle with the puck in his own zone. Gets the puck up to Hoare. Hoare chips that up to Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson centering pass knocked down. Goes from Hoare back to Thorvaldson. Low shot on to Lawrence. And Lawrence, with pressure coming, seals that up. Stopping play with 9:44 left in the first period. Face off near side in the PAC Saint zone. PAC's going to end up with the puck. Put out to the nearest side. Oulet gets it out to number 17, Kirkman. Kirkman left side to, I think, number 25. Puck comes up in the air, and then it lands in the neutral zone. PAC there first. They reset in their own zone. On the right side, Oulet dumps that into the Canadian zone. Goes to the opposite side with it. Quickly picked up by Frostad. Frostad out to Ulrich. Back to Thorvaldson. He's looking for Hoare. Puck goes up, hits the rafters, and we're going to have a whistle. Stopping play with 9:08 left in the first period. They're going to move the face-off. Oh, I think we got some extracurricular after the play here. Number 28. Into the box here. So, Everett is out into the box, 2 minutes. Canadians on the power play. They win the faceoff. They break out, come from the near side. Heck's going to pick it up in the PAC corner. Put back to Heck. 8 gets a hold of it. 19 makes 8 moves to the right. Rushfeld takes it into the Canadian zone. On the back check, Richard picks up the loose puck. Moves it to Schufelt. Schufelt moves in the skates. PAC jumps on that quickly. Turn around, fired, and that is tipped to the far corner. PAC keeps it in the zone. They must have put 2 in the box. So this is not actually a power play, folks. Take that back. PAC from the right side. Ripping that high was Danelik. Schufelt for the Canadians. Pins that against the boards. Richard comes in for help. Flipped over, and Morris is going to get that. Puts it off the glass. Kept in the zone by number 19. Rushfeld. Comes over to the near side for Christensen. Christensen to Rushfeld. Rushfeld with the shot. That's blocked in the slot. Rushing it out, Morris. Morris goes to the right side. He wants Heck to skate onto it, but that's cut off by number 11, Zareski. On the near side, Zahara with it. Chips it in. Has some space on the left side. Zahara with the shot that hits the mask, goes to the far side. PAC's going to pick it up in their own zone. Centering pass comes up to number 19. Rushfeld comes in the right side and into the Canadian zone. That's turned over, and Eagle skates it up the ice. Tried to center that to Burnett. Burnett could do much except chip it into the PAC zone and go to Chase. He's battling against Danielik. Into help is Harrison. Harrison coming away with the puck for PAC. He flips it over to Pitcher. Pitcher tracked down by Taylor. Comes back to the point. Ends up in the PAC bench. Turcotte on the scene. 6:56 to go in your first period. We have the draw coming deep in the PAC zone on the far side of the ice. Thorvaldson wins that. Face off for the Canadians. Jackson tries to set it up with Hoare. Bounces loose. Comes into the Canadian zone. Thorvaldson does a great job breaking up the play. Rushing towards the net was Mavel. You're going to battle for it in the Canadian zone on the far side. It comes loose for West. West heading down the ice. Can't get past center because the whistle goes. And let's see here. Number 17, Eric Thorvaldson, will spend 2 minutes in the box for tripping. This will put PAC Saints on their first power play of the game with 6:37 left in the first period. United Sport and Cycle able to score on their power play earlier this game. Can PAC do the same with their first one? PAC wins the face-off on the left side. Number 15 handling the puck. Johnson goes over to number 6, Rogers. That puck intercepted by the Canadians, sent down the ice. Lawrence sets up the puck for Johnson. Johnson starting the breakout. Walking it out. Up to Rogers. Rogers dumps it hard around the boards. Picked up on the far side by 13 Oulet. Good hard work there by Turcotte. Clears the puck for the Canadians. And PAC's Johnson has to reset in his own zone. Johnson floating over to the near side, hanging onto the puck. He's going to get it up to Rogers. Rogers goes across the ice, looking for Christensen, hits a skate, heads back to the Canadian zone. Ulrich there tries to move the far side. PAC gets it back behind the Canadians' net. Moving to the near side. Ulrich gets a stick on it. He's battling against Christensen. Christensen now with some space in the corner. Low shot. That's blocked by Ulrich. Puck goes behind the net. Picked up on the left side by number 23. Sent down low. Picked up by PAC's 13 Oulet. Centering pass. That's going to be broken up by Richard. And he sends the puck down the ice. PAC Saints in their own zone. Bendel picking it up with 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. He drops it back for Wensley. Wensley, right side for Maville. Maville kicks it into the right zone. Quickly met by, let's see here, Duffett. And the puck cleared once again. 5 more seconds left in the PAC power play. Tip down the ice. Webster gets it. He's going to put it behind the net, trying to pass it over to Duffett. Duffett chips it up the boards and into the neutral zone. Picked up by number 25 Malvo by the PAC Saints. Stolen back and tipped into the zone by Zahara. PAC regains control on their side of ice. Pass up to the right side to Malvo. He's hit at center. Gets a second chance to dump it in the Canadian zone, and he does. A leaping stick save by Webster behind his own net sets up the puck for his teammates. Just before going on to the bench, West gets the puck into the PAC Saint zone. PAC trying to break out on the near side. That's going to be intercepted by Morris. He flips it back. Richard trying to break back out of the zone. Caught offside in the PAC zone. And they're going to have the face-off just outside the Canadian zone. PAC goes 0 for 1 on their power plays today. Here's number 19, takes a shot. That's blocked. Comes over to the near side. Fed out in front again. 9 can't get the shot off. Cycles to the far side. Put up to number 11, Zareski. Zareski sends it down to Harrison. Harrison centering pass, intercepted by the Canadians, but PAC's Zareski picks it back up. Tried driving the net. That puck taken away by Eagle. Has to go into the corner to battle for it. Eagle chips it up against the boards, hits the ref. Enrique Gomez Gets it out to Richard. Richard taken down. There's the arm up of the ref. Followed up by Enrique Gomez. It takes a shot. And they're going to blow the whistle. As they thought PAC had enough of a possession to warrant the stop. 3:07 left in the first period. We're tied up at 1. As Mr. Bendall comes over to the box for PAC. And he's going to spend 2 minutes in the box for tripping. Or he's assessed 2 minutes in the box for tripping. It's up to the power play of the Canadians to decide how much it spends in there. Okay. Face off outside of the PAC zone though. Puck comes in, or won by the Saints, and they clear the puck down the ice. Eagle gets back. Gets it over to Frostad. Back to Eagle. Eagle up to Thorvaldson. Over to Fuhr. Fuhr. Nice flip to Frostad. Frostad comes in with speed. Leaves it back for Taylor. Taylor going out the right side. Tried to put that in front. That's going to be knocked down by the Saints and sent down the ice. Frostad coming down the ice. He's going to put on the Jets. Here he comes up the near side. Drop back for Taylor. Taylor over to Thorvaldson. Tried to drop that back for Eagle. PAC on it. Eagle still with it. Back to Thorvaldson in the corner. Uses the boards. Up to Eagle. Eagle with it. Over to Fuhr. Fuhr wanted to pass it back to Eagle. Decides to hang on. Switches with Thorvaldson, who comes up high. And 14 able to get a stick on that. Knocks it into the neutral zone. Back the other way quickly is Frostad. Frostad trying to shake off a check. Nice pass over to Taylor on the right side. Taylor coming in. High shot. Gloved down by Lawrence. PAC trying to move it on the near side. Stopped by Frostad. Comes loose again. PAC gets that out to center. Eagle with the Canadians. Gets it up to Taylor. Taylor up to Zahara. Zahara dumps that. Goes to Chase. Put up the right side. That's cut off by the Canadians. There's a low shot. A high shot. Sorry. Comes off the chest of Lawrence. And PAC puts that out to center. Morris with it. Spins to the far side. Gets the pass off to Turcotte. I believe Turcotte. Nope, not Turcotte. That's West. West chips it up to himself. Here's the defenseman turned forward. Going to the right side. Drop pass. Bent down low. Flipped out. PAC intercepts that centering pass. Sprung loose with number 22. Here's a chance for Bendall. Bendall couldn't get it to go. Webby with the stop there. Bendall with it. Shot blocked. Fed to the outside. Held in by number 21. Now it comes out to the neutral zone. Fed back into the Canadiens zone. 30 seconds to go in the period. Stretch pass. Tipped forward by Schufeld. Lawrence sets it up for his D. Pass to the near side. Schufeld knocks that down in the zone. Coming over to help. Enrique Gomez with Schufeld in front. Good block of the pass there. Schufeld would have had a good chance. Thorvaldson has the puck off his stick. Eagle keeps it in just for a moment, but second effort, a PAC gets that out to the neutral zone. Eagle over to Schufeld. Tips that forward. And there's the buzzer on the first period. The teams will head to the locker rooms, tied up at 1. And we had a good period. So special teams, very special teams for the PACs as they score shorthanded. Follow it up on the same power play by the Canadiens goal. And that's how we will head to the dressing room, tied up at 1. We'll see you back here after Zamboni does its work.
Good job. Oh, do you want to talk or anything?
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Grand Arena here in Spruce Grove, Alberta. The rink fries are cooking. Smells taking over the arena. You know, Grand Arena has some of the best rink fries in the neighborhood. All right. Well, we're going to start the second period here pretty soon. We're tied up at 1. Goal scorers in the first period. Started off with Dustin Schultz. He scored shorthanded. But not too long after that, Jackson Taylor evens it up on the power play for the Canadians and the team. So tied at 1. Puck goes into the PAC zone as we start the second period. PAC trying to move it up the near side. It's thrown down the ice. Are we going to have icing? We are. Icing called, 19:44 left in the second period. Face off the near side in the Saint zone. Canadians win it. Here's a shot by Frostad. That's knocked down in the slot. Taken away by PAC, who rushes it up the ice. Centering pass, broken up by Richard on the back check. He tries to clear it off the glass. Aim ends up being a little high and puts it out of play. Face off near side the Canadian zone with 19:29 left in the second period. Whistle goes right off the draw. They're going to swap out the PAC centerman. Kirkman coming in for the draw against Zahara. Zahara wins that. Puck put in. Taylor puts it down low, looking for Burnett. Burnett checked just as he was about to get the puck. PAC picks it up on the far side. Here's Kirkman handling it. Gets it up to Malville. Malville dumps that deep into the Canadian zone. Picked up on behind the net by Frostad. Frostad tried to outlet that to Taylor. That's intercepted by PAC. PAC with a chance here. Here's a shot by 7. And on the rebound, it's picked up by Kirkman and put into the back of the net. PAC Saints score with 18:52 left in this second period to take a 2-1 lead. That one rebound put in the back of the net by Carter Kirkman. Off the draw, the puck goes back into the PAC zone. Held on the left side by Duffett. Puck directed towards the slot, but taken away. Puck coming up the near side and into the Canadian zone. Really? Throws that towards the net, but it's wide. Thorvaldson knocks it down the ice. Hustling onto it is Fuhr, handled by Lawrence, who moves that to the open ice and finding some safety. Morris has to come back to his own zone to set it up for the Canadians. He's challenged by pitcher of the Saints. Pass up to Fuhr, goes through his wheelhouse, directed towards the net, but Morris stops that. Morris can't move the puck. Bazal knocks him down. Held on the far side. Trying to jam it away. Directed towards the net. Stick save by Webster. Puts it in the near side. Oh, he had to be quick on that one. Quick snap there. As Webster, I don't know if he thought the play was over. It was directed to the near boards. But that was a quick reaction to keep the puck out of the net. Probably not one he wants to see on the replay. I guess it's not as bad because it didn't go in. Face off on the far side. PAC has control. No, they don't. Now it's tipped out by Canadians. Schufelt gets to Heck. Heck slaps it down the ice. Richard in that far corner. That puck centered, and it comes out of the zone. Taylor over to Eagle. Eagle looking for a Heck. Skips past them and into the PAC zone. 23 puts it to the far side. Richard knocks it down. Here's Heck. Heck. Oh, there's a glove save by Lawrence. Puts it high. He's trying to pick the far post from his vantage point. But Lawrence able to snatch that out of the air and stopping play with 16:58 left in the second period. And lo and behold, coming to visit us in the box, number 21 for PAC, puts the Canadians on the power play. So who is number 21 here? Oh, it's Easton Roulette. How do I not have that on mine? Who's 13 then? Cohen Daniel. Okay, my roster is all over the place, folks. So we'll just quit while we're ahead. Thorvaldson gets that in the zone. Taylor knocked down. As he receives the puck, oh, they're going to call a charging penalty, and this is going to be a two-man advantage for at least, maximum 139 left in the first penalty. Second penalty called with 16:37 left in the second period. It's going to be 5-on-3 with 139 left in the first penalty. PAC coach, not liking that as much. Gets the official to come over to explain. Flip over to the other webpage here. Figure out why my roster does not match theirs. No, partially it does. Just a few numbers are off. Face-off won by the Canadians in the offensive zone. Picked up by PAC. They throw the puck down the ice. Puck comes back to Webster. Webster's gonna cover it up. Well, we're gonna put two in the box. Eagle and Rushfeld being directed towards the sin bin. Eagle didn't like that one. Still going to be 5-on-3? Yeah, it's still 5-on-3. Face-off will be in the Canadian zone. Face-off in the Canadian zone. The puck comes all the way into the PAC zone. Swept around the boards. Webster moves it to the open side. That's going to be picked up by number 4 for PAC at center. And Daniluk rifles that into the Canadian zone. If indeed it is Daniluk. Morris over to Enrique Gomez, over to Richard. Richard on the right side. Back for, and then a shot. Oh, and it makes it in. It just squeezes in, but they're going to wave it off. I think they're calling goalie interference. The ref waved it off right away. We'll try and listen for the explanation here. We don't have the boom mic out. Goal waved off. We're going to continue play outside of the PAC St. zone with 15:38 left in the second period. Still 40 seconds left with a two-man advantage. Canadians win that face-off. On the right side, West carries it into the zone. West back to the point for Morris. Morris is going to rip one. Glove save by Lawrence. Stopping play with 15:27 left in the second period. Canadians win the draw. Have it on the right side. Here's Thorvaldson. Finds out space. Thorvaldson picks the top side of the net and scores on the power play before the first penalty can expire. So the Canadians tie it up at 2. And they're still going to have 41 seconds left on the man advantage with one still in the box for the Saints. Thorvaldson comes off the near boards, finds some space in the high slot, and rips it high in the goaltender, hitting the back of the net, tying the game at 2. Puck put into the PAC zone. Canadians find it. It's at the point. Ulrich directs it towards the net. That's knocked down. Hustling back for it is Fuhr. Fuhr tried to feed that back to Taylor, but it's going to roll between them and all the way back into the Canadian zone. Ulrich with it. Overskates it. Picked up by number 22. Into the slot. Evan with a shot. Great save by Webster. And the Canadians are coming down the ice the other way. Ooh, no, they're stopped. They're going to have to reset in their own zone. From Fuhr to Ulrich, back to Fuhr. Fuhr up to Frostad. Left side for Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson trying to gain some speed. Drops it back for Taylor. In front. And Lawrence able to track that down. Putting a stop to the play just as their player gets out of the box. So, Saints able to kill off the remainder of their second penalty here. They're back to full strength. We'll have the face-off far side in the Saint zone as we're tied up at 2 with 14:31 left in the second period. Tamusiak puts that around the far side. Into the zone. Number 28, Bazau, tried to center that, looking for 15. Johnson. Unsuccessful. That keeps it in the zone, though. Down low, Kirkman puts it in front. It's going to go to the far boards. Picked up by Heck of the Canadians. Tried to move that to Schufeld. He's caught at center. Puck fed back into the Canadian zone. Tamusiak hustles in. Gives Duffett a bump. Back comes away with the puck. Puts it down low. There's a great kick there by Webster. Keeps the puck out. Puck still alive on the near side. Schufeld gets it out of the zone. Pack puts it down just inside the Canadian zone. Schufeld comes back, picks it up again. Beats it up the ice for Heck. Heck couldn't make the inside move. Pack gets the puck, puts it to the far side. Trying to skate it out of the zone is Kirkman. Kirkman sees Mavel coming up the near side. Tried to move it to him. Oh, that looked like it could have really hurt. Oh yeah, and the refs caught that. That was a cross check from behind. Yeah, no, Turcotte didn't like that. He was smart just to skate away as Bazau is going to be escorted into the sin bin. I'm not going to be surprised if it's extra minutes here. I'm incorrect, Bazau. Only given 2 minutes for boarding. Canadians back on the power play. Goes back to the point. Here's Eagle with it. He's going to fire one at net. Hits the player. Goes to the far boards. Frostad with it. Puts it down low. Over to Taylor. Back to Frostad. Eagle at the point. Keeps it in. He's going to walk it down. Try to feed that behind the net. Comes over to Fuhr. Fuhr trying to spin off the boards. That's intercepted. Great work there by Eagle. Keeps it in the zone, but second effort by Rogers gets that out to center ice. Frostad comes back. He's going to put on the Jets and then stop short of the line. Gets it over to Fuhr on the near side. Puts that down in the zone. Puck chipped out to the neutral zone where Eagle picks it up. Looks for Fuhr. Fuhr gets it on the near side. Dumps that into the PAC zone. PAC there first. Now they're going to clear it all the way down the ice. Webster sets it up for Frostad. Frostad over to Eagle. Eagle back to Enrique Gomez. He's cut on the far boards. PAC takes over. Hustling down. Christensen up the right side. Coming in, trying to drive. That's taken away by the Canadians. Morris off the boards for Enrique Gomez. He leaves that for Zahara. Zahara, left side. Down low for Richard. Richard picks it up. Over to Zahara. Back to the point for Morris. Morris feeds it down low. Enrique Gomez lets it skip past him. That's going to be picked up by PAC, who sends it down the ice. Webster out. Moves it off the boards. Richard picks it up. Richard gets it to Morris. Morris is caught behind the net. Coming back for help is Zahara. Leaves it. That was not Zahara. That was West. Gets it back to Morris. Up the right side to Richard. Richard enters the zone. PAC back to full strength. Puck goes to the far corner. Eagle with a shot. That's a pad save by Lawrence. Picked up by PAC. They send that down the ice. It's going to roll gently back to the Canadian zone. Turcotte first back for it. Turcotte moves it up the far side. Nice tip by Heck. Picked up by Thorvaldson on the near side. PAC tips that out to center. Eagle tried to make a pass. Bendel got a piece of that, and as he comes past, Turcotte hauls him down, and he'll spend 2 minutes in the box for tripping. So, 2-minute penalty on Jackson Turcotte of CAC United Sports Cycle, called with 10:39 left in the second period. PAC's on the power play. PAC has that on the right side. There's a shot right into the midsection of Webster. Webster hung on long enough for the refs to blow the whistle. And, I think the Canadians benefited from an early whistle there. That ref, though, he's the one that blew off the earlier goal, so maybe we're all even in the karma department. Puck comes out to center. PAC has it. Musiak on the near side. Puck comes into the Canadian zone. Frostad saw that, throws it down the ice. Lawrence moves it to the near side. That's cut off by Frostad. PAC starting behind their own net. Danelik outlets that. That's cut off on the far side. Puck fed to the near side now. PAC's going to try again. Danelik tried to stretch that. That's knocked down. Here comes PAC. Good stick there by Ulrich. Slows up that advance, but Tamusiak has that. Goes behind the goal line on the far side. Ulrich takes that away. Feeds it back to the point. Held in by number 23. He's trying to walk it down. Comes back up top. Shot kicked to the far boards by Frostad. 23 with it. Back to the right point. Kamusiak goes to the right side to Bendel. Bendel's shot wide. No, I don't think that was Bendel anyway. That was 23. Puck comes on the near boards. Ulrich gets it out to center. It's going to roll back to the PAC zone. PAC comes out right back, right side into the Canadian zone. That is tipped. Comes off the boards on the near side. Rolls back to the left point. Down below the Canadians net. Puck comes out in front, sending it down this. The length of the ice is Max Frostad. And out of the box, Jackson Turcotte. Canadians back to full strength. Richard on the forecheck. Tried to put that in front for a hack. His shot was blocked. Puck coming out to center. On the near side, Naval has the puck taken away by Morris. Morris in front on the backhand. Oh, and Heck couldn't get it to go. Heck gets another chance as the puck comes back in front for him. This time, Lawrence shuts it down, and we get a stop with 8:11 left in the second period. Face off our side in the PAC Saint zone. PAC wins it. Handling the puck, Schultz moves it to the near side. Picked up by Pitcher. Pitcher up to Christensen. Christensen trying to split the D. Now he goes to the wide side. Puck taken away, but it's dropped back. There's a shot. Oh, what a rip there. Trailing on the play was Justin Schultz, who puts that past the Canadiens goaltender. And the Saints take the lead back. They're up 3-2 with 7:56 left in the second period. We are ready at center again. Puck's dropped. PAC wins it. Canadians jump on it right away. Surprised they didn't blow that down on the offside. PAC comes back. Schultz, goal scorer, puts it off the boards. Turned around at center. United Sport Cycle dumps that into the Saint zone. Knockdown at the line. Oh, trying to go back door. That was Turcotte looking for Hoare. We're going to battle for it on the far boards there. Saints regain possession. Pass to the near side. Pitcher tried to drive towards the middle. Puck knocked off his stick, and the trailing player brings that in offside. We get a whistle with 7:19 left in the second period. Face-off won by PAC Saints. Here's Tamusiak. Puts it up the near side and into the Canadian zone. Ulrich back there. Ulrich over to Hoare. Nice tip. Always looking for Thorvaldson. Just chopped off him. Frostad does put it up the right side. West skates onto it. West rubbed off the puck. Sweeping it back to the near side. Oulet. Oulet throws that around the boards. Connects with Bendel. Bendel gets that out to the neutral zone. Picked up by number 27, who dumps that into the Canadian zone. Rolls around the boards to the far side. Tamusiak keeps that in for the Saints. Tamusiak gets the puck back. There's a shot. Webster with the save, kick to the far side. Hoare bumps 22 off the puck. Held in the right side. Fired high and wide by Oulet. Puck still in the Canadian zone. Now here's Frostad. Gets it over to Ulrich. Ulrich moves it up the ice, gets across center, and dumps that. Whole team goes for a change. Saints coming out the near side. That's a hits man. That's going to be knocked down and put back in by Zahara. PAC moving it to the far side. Picked up by Oulet. Now he reverses it back to Bendel. Bendel puts that out to center. Knocked down by Morris, but quickly, number 27 rips one from outside of the line. Kicked away by Webster. Morris for the Canadians. Puts it on the outside. That's held in by number 15 on the far side. Shot just misses the mark. Johnson couldn't put it on net. We're going to battle for it in the near corner. Duffett able to move the puck for the Canadians. Morris gets it out the rest of the way. And then knocks off the pass by the Saints. Morris sitting on the right side. Looking for a pass. Connects. There's a shot by Zahir. Great save by Lawrence. Morris tried to feed that back in front again. Here's Schufelt coming from the left point. Carries it up the right into the corner. PAC knocks him off the puck. Babel with the puck. He's going to wheel it out of the zone. Pass up the near side. Doesn't connect well with number 15, Johnson. Canadians regain possession in their own zone. Richard trying to drive the left side. He's rubbed off the puck by number 23. Richard with a shot. That is directed just over the net. Fed out in front. Schufelt trying to jam it away. And PAC regains possession. Johnson tries to move it outside. Taken back by the Canadians. And, Lawrence has to come out quickly and cover that up. With the Canadians forwards hunting. 4:17 left in the second period. It's 3-2 for PAC. Face off near side in the Saints zone. Canadians win it. At the point, Eagle takes a shot. That's just wide of the mark. Richard throws that back in front. Backhand shot by, let's see here, Heck. Couldn't get over the sprawled goaltender on the backhand. And play stops with 4:07 left in the second period. Great chance there by Heck. Just couldn't get the puck up high enough. Taking the draw. Owen Richard for the Canadians. PAC seemed to jump early. Fennerman's going to be replaced here. PAC wins the face-off. Schultz tries to move it up the boards. Gets halfway, and then Rogers finishes the job. Rogers with the puck. Looks like we're... might be calling a hand pass. Didn't really seem like offside. Either way, the draw is going to be outside of the Canadian zone. 3:54 left in the second period. Scrambled. PAC caught offside as they try and enter. And we'll redo the draw. This time we're going to shift to the other dot on the far side of the ice here. PAC tried to jump it. Thorvaldson stopped that. Puck comes loose over to West. West across the center and dumps that in. And Lawrence sees that come off the end board, scoops it out. And we're going to have a draw on the near side in the Saint zone with 3:46 left in the second period. Puck put to the near side. Thorvaldson goes to chase it down. PAC gets it, puts it to the far side. Horror will cut that off and keep it in the Saint zone. Fed out in front by West. Skips past everyone. Rostad throws that down low. Stick save by Lawrence. Far side. West tries to move it. Thorvaldson comes to help. Over to Horror. Here's Ulrich. Mishandled at the line. Rushing it down is Rogers. Rogers comes in. Centering pass. Rostad on the back check takes that away. Puck comes loose into the near corner. Rogers trying to spin off the check. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen back to the point for number 21, who rips one that's blocked in traffic. Thorvaldson trying to come up the right side. Dumps that. Looking to go inside the D. PAC stops that. PAC's number 28 rushing it down the ice. Bizau Left the puck for Christensen, who rips it wide. Down to Bazal for Christensen. That saved. Another chance. Webby with the save there. And Kai Webster keeps it out of the net again. Puck's still available, and it's in the Canadian zone. Ulrich gets that out to center. Fuhr trying to not. That's not Fuhr. That is Burnett trying to chase it down. Left for Taylor, who rips one. Right on to Lawrence. Lawrence not giving up a rebound there. Hanging on for stop with 2:20 left in the second period. Faceoff's going to be on the near side in the PAC Saints zone. Puck's put into the corner, and ensuing, contact puts the puck out of play, and we're going to reset at that same faceoff dot. PAC has possession in their own zone. Saints choosing the far side. Bendel centers that up to Harrison. Harrison loses it. Returned back out to center by Morris. Sahara comes back, gets it over to Morris. Morris up the boards for Taylor. Taylor tips it to himself. Then it's intercepted by number 13. Roulet, who dumps that into the United Sport and Cycle zone. Morris with it. Elects to hang on. Now centers it. That's going to be turned over, and pitcher will send that up the near side. Looking for number 22. Gets that in. Here's a shot by 22. And Webster comes out high. Gets that in the glove and hangs on with 1:35 left in this second period. Face-off near side in the Canadian zone. PAC wins it. At the right point, there's a shot. That hits the stick, goes over the net. Stays in play, though. Battling for it. Fed out high. Richard trying to spring Heck loose. That's intercepted. Puck put back into the Canadian zone. Turcotte over to Eagle. Up to Heck. Heck gets it to Richard. Richard's going to rush it up the ice. Drop pass for Enrique Gomez. Steps into the slot, and with the whistle going, we'll figure out what is going on here. Oh. Hudson Winsley into the box. It's going to spend 2 minutes there. Penalty called. 1:03 left in the second period. Two-minute minor. Might have been for holding. Not completely sure. Canadians win the draw, but PAC gets a hold of it. Knocked down at the line by Eagle. Fuhr with it. Over to Eagle. Eagle, left side, Frostad, over to Fuhr. Fuhr turns, fires it. Glove is saved. Rebound picked up by Thorvaldson, put behind the net. There's 40 seconds to go in the period. Puck comes loose. Here's Fuhr with it. Fuhr gets it up to Eagle. Eagle. Back to Fuhr on the right side. In front, Thorvaldson. Frostad trying to pinch in. That shot saved by Lawrence. And PAC puts that off the boards, down the ice. Here comes 8. Matching up against Eagle. Tried to center that for number 19, Rushfeld. He was knocked down. Canadians come back the other way. Frostad goes left side to Fuhr. Fuhr trying to dig it down deep. Leaves it for Thorvaldson-ish. Kind of a no man's land. Puck comes out. Morris knocks it down at the neutral zone, and you can hear the buzzer going on the second period, where PAC just, they score more goals than the Canadians in that period, and they're going to go to the dressing room with a 3-2 lead. When we come back for the third period, there will be 57 seconds left in the Canadian power play. We'll take a break here, folks. Let the Zamboni do its work.
Time crawls on when you're waiting for the song to start. So dance alone to the beat of your heart. Hey, young blood, doesn't it feel like our time is running out? I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Wearing our vintage misery. No, I think it looked a little better on me. I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Put on your war paint. The war is won before it's begun. Release the doves, surrender now. War is won before it's begun. Release the doves, surrender now. War is won before it's begun. Release the doves, surrender now. War is won before it's begun. Release the doves, surrender now. Young blood, doesn't it feel like our time is running out? I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Wearing our vintage misery. No, I think it looked a little better on me. I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Hey, young blood, doesn't it feel like our time is running out? I'm gonna change you like a remix, then I'll raise you like a phoenix. Put on your war paint.
Remember back in the day when you taught me to live and I taught you to pray. We went in the battle together, no matter the weather, we never delayed. You gave me commands, I always obeyed. I never let you go astray. I never thought I'd see the day that you would come and just betray me. Sick of playing silly games, you never loved me anyway. You should not have let me get away, cause now I'm hunting for my prey. I'm bigger, I'm better, my mind is a weapon. I won't ever let up. You try to break me down and I'ma just get up. They ask me how I did it, I'ma just tell them I rose up. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. Staring at you from afar, analyzing every scar, asking myself how we got here. Remember, this is who we are. I am not here for revenge. I did not come to make amends. Not here to repent for my sins. I just came here to win. I just came here to end. I just came here to fight. Show you everything you said I couldn't be. I became overnight. This for the blood, this is for the tears, this is for my pain and my plight. Two walked in, but only one of us is walking out of here tonight. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise. I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise.
Yeah. Hand hit records on my demo. Did y'all boys not get the memo? I do not stay at the Intercontinental, and anything I got is not a rental. I own that mom. Figured out this is simple. My stock been going up like a crescendo. A bunch of handshakes song. This a f***ing boys forever hold a grudge song. Pop some champagne in a tub song. Just because song.
What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me though. I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people. And they don't have no award for that. Trophies. And they don't have no award for that. Don't come with trophies, ain't no envelopes to open. I just do it cause I'm supposed to.
I go to dreams with a suitcase. I got my whole country on a new way. She like, I heard all your stay where you stay. House so big I haven't seen them boys in 2 days. I use a walkie-talkie just to get a beverage. I saw my parents split up right after the wedding. That told my ass to stay committed, f***ing credit. Check the numbers, I'm the one who really get it. I told y'all motherfuckers, man, this shit not a love song. This a doing me and only God can judge song. I do not know what the f*** you thought it was song. Pop some champagne in a tub song. Just because song.
What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me though. I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people. And they don't have no award for that. Trophies. And they don't have no award for that. Don't come with trophies, ain't no envelopes to open. I just do it cause I'm supposed to.
Up high with my dogs riding high when we pull up. Ride with my dogs riding high when we pull up. When we ride, when we pull up. We be high when we pull up. Coupe with the top down, no sellers. Rocks on the watch now, I'ma get roof on fire. We ride. Pull up in the tank, bout it. Get on some rock in the drop full of beans. Get with the squad, 100 cars full of things. Yeah, I pull up with fire, boy, chinchilla. Yeah, fresh in Montana, Thriller in Manila. Roof on fire, we be high like a wheel. Shorty bad, talking MJ Thriller. Welcome to the party, sipping on the air. Pull up in the rock, DJ bring it back. Fell in love with Sean, money like Shaq. Welcome to the party. 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 Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn. Burn up, let it burn.
I came from my body, cause I pop a lot of molly. Welcome to the party, bitch, I'm about to catch your body. Put your in the shit, we don't give a fuck about it. Bitch, I started rhyme, bitch, I'm about to start a rhyme. Welcome to the trap, got my grandma selling crack. I make what you making when you're sitting down, just moving packs. Make a bitch who jumping jacks, like she was an acrobat. Got these bitches looking at me crazy, cause I got face tats. Ooh, drip, I can knock a wife a bitch. Drop a million.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grant Fuhr Arena. We are in a 3-2 game with the PAC Saints up on the Canadians. Starting the second period, Canadians are on the power play. There we go. Puck coming back to the PAC zone, and offside is the call. Play stops, 19:43 left in the third period. Puck chopped over to the near boards. Eagle's going to come over and pick it up for the Canadians. He's pestered there by Harrison. Eagle picks up the puck again. Frostad back to Eagle. Eagle over to Fuhr. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Canadians coming in the zone. Here's Thorvaldson. Wanted to leave that back for Fuhr. That was red by number 28. Lazao and sent down the ice. Oh, puck comes awkwardly out in front. Canadians turn around in their own zone. And the PAC's player is out from the box. They're back to full strength. Puck put down into the PAC zone. Lawrence moves to the far side. Rushfeld tried to center that. That's put back to the outside. Turned around at center. Morris puts that back into the back zone. Zahar puts that down low. Number 4 picks that up. That's Daniluk. Tried to move to the far side. Reverses it back to the near side. Canadians keep it in the zone. Here's Zahar. He's going to fire that off the pads. Gomez tried to catch up to it, but PAC puts it into their own bench. We'll have a face-off far side in the PAC Saint zone. Coming back to goal scorers in the second period, it was Carter Kirkman. Puts his team up by 1. Thorvaldson evens it up for the Canadians. And then later, Justin Schultz puts his team ahead. And that's PAC up 3-2 on the Canadians with about 18 minutes to go in the third period. PAC breaking out of their zone, trying to come up the near side. Puck goes to the far side of the ice. Here's PAC. Tried to go backdoor to 22. He could knock the puck down, but picks it up on the near side of the ice. PAC tried to center that. That's tipped back to the boards. Pinching down was number 4, Daniluk. Puck put back into the corner. Swept up high by number 12. Puck put on to Webster, who catches that. And we got to stop with 17:27 left in the third period. Well, what happened there? Hang on, folks.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I just need
Okay, folks, we're back. Sorry about that. 16:51 to go in the third period. And the main camera is back up and working. Face off won by United Sport and Cycle. PAC tracks it down though. Keeps it to the outside in the Canadian zone. Come back for it. Taylor moves the puck around the boards to the near side. PAC with the shot. Trying to feed it to the backside there was number 21. Comes over to the right side. Number 9 walking it down. Harrison's going to take a shot. Webster makes the save. Kept in the zone by number 23. That's fired onto Webster. Webster hangs on to that one. Getting a much needed stop. And both teams will change. Draw will be on the far side in the Canadian zone with 16-13 left in the third period. Fennerman will be replaced, not by him, but by him. Carter Kirkman to take the draw for PAC against Eric Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson wins. A nice diving pass by Morris. Puts that puck down the ice. And they're going to call icing and bring the face-off back into the Canadian zone. PAC wins the draw. There's a shot. Oh, tipped down, and Webby had to be quick with that one. Keeps it out. Puck goes to the far corner. Morris tries to spin off a check. Can't move the puck. It's knocked down into the corner. PAC there trying to get it back. They do. Here's number 6 with the shot. Right on to Webster, and Webster with a great save there. Taking that angle away and hanging on with 15:46 left in the third period. Draw one by PAC. Canadians on it right away. They use the glass to send it down the ice. Icing called. 15:35 left in the third period. PAC wins the draw. They have it at the left point. Down to half boards. Back to number 21 or 11 at the point. That's Tamusiak taking that shot. Webster with the save. And Hill elect to hang on with the forwards bearing down on him. 15:26 left in your third period. Puck sent down into the PAC zone. Tamusiak moving to the near side. Gets the pass up to Christensen. That's turned around at center. Ulrich's pass knocked down. PAC gets it back here. They come into the Canadian zone. Pass to the left side. Christensen sends it back to the right side. That's intercepted by Richard. Richard feeds that back. Looking for Frosty. That's intercepted by 7. There's a shot, and Webster has to make a quick save. And turnovers in their own zone, returning back to the CAC repertoire. A problem noted last night. Webby able to bail his team out. Face off far side, won by PAC. PAC takes a shot. Webster with the save. Kicked over to the near side. Eagle goes into the corner. Chipped out by Richard and down the ice looking for Schufeld. Can't catch up to it. Turned over at center. Turcotte puts that into the PAC zone. Reverse to the far side. Turcotte's going to pull that off the boards. Trying to move that to Taylor. Knocked down by PAC. PAC gets that out to the neutral zone where Eagle knocks it down. Feeds it back, but that's stolen by number 28, Bazal. Bazal takes the left side. Throws that in front. Cleared away by Eagle. Webster comes over. He hangs on. A lot of traffic in front of him. He covers up the puck. And we're going to stop play with 14:11 left in the third period. And we'll have the draw near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians with the puck. Here's Morris. Or couldn't move it, but let's see here. Was that now Morris gets it out to center though. Pat gets it back. They put it back into the Canadian zone. Hustling back for it is Duffett. Played away by Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson on the near side puts it off the boards down the ice. 23 has to hustle back for it. Pestered there by, who was that? Burnett. Thorvaldson over to Hoare. Burnett in front. Oh, and let's see here. Lawrence able to stop that slot pass. Covers it up with 13:30 left in your third period. Face off near side in the PAC St. zone. PAC wins it, back to the point. There's a shot by Morris. That's knocked down by Thorvaldson. Couldn't catch up to the puck to put it on net. PAC turns the other way. Here's number 6 coming out the right side. Rogers put into the boards. PAC gets it back to the point. There's a shot by 13. Rises on Webby and just goes over the crossbar. Webster got a piece of that, but it was chipped out in front. 13 with another chance, keeps it in the zone, and the arm up of the official. We have an interference penalty being called on Parker Harrison of the PAC Saints. 2 minutes being issued for interference with 13 minutes left in the third period, and he just earned an extra 2 for slamming his stick against the glass. That's an unsportsmanlike tapped on after he was already in the box. Refs with a bit of, I don't know, short on patience. They're going to send him to the dressing room. And it looks like Parker Harrison's night may just be done. 4 minutes up on the board. A double minor issued to Parker Harrison. Golden chance here for United Sport and Cycle as they win the face-off in the offensive zone. Morris on the near side. Taylor takes the shot. That's the skate. Knocked down. And PAC gets a hold of it, sends it down the ice. Morris is going to go back for it. Over to Taylor. Reverses it back to Morris. Morris up the ice for Richard. Richard carries that in zone. Drops it back. Looking for 19 Zahara. He puts it to the wide side for Taylor on the back door. Didn't connect well. Zahara gets the puck back. Walking it down, bunch of space onto the PAC goaltender. On the left side, Taylor had the puck bounce on him. He had the open net. Behind the net, Richard. Oh, trying hard to feed it to Heck. Turns around, Morris fires that down low. Richard can't get to the loose puck. He does get it now. Fed out in front, trying to feed Heck. Here's Richard. PAC Saints number 13. Roulet sends that down the ice, able to find his own zone. 2:45 left in the man advantage for CAC as they come out of their own zone. Brastad His pass hits a man, and it remains in the Canadian zone. Morris with it. Start behind the Canadians' net. Gets it over to Thorvaldson. That pass intercepted. Sent out to center. Heck puts it, no, that's Schufeld puts it to the wide side. Thorvaldson coming into the zone, trying to split the D. Leaves that for Schufeld. Schufeld over to Frostad's cross-size pass, looking for Hoare on the far side. And it's going to be a 3-on-1, shorthanded back the other way. Eagle, does a great job breaking that up as the net comes off. The whistle's going to go in the Canadian zone. And play stops with 10:58 left in the third period. And quite frankly, the Canadians have to clean up their power play. They're going to take the draw in their own zone. Thorvaldson lining up against Christensen. Christensen wins it, but the Canadians jump on it. Schufeld tried to send that to the far side. Oh, he keeps it in the zone. Great work there by Logan Schufeld. But PAC Saints find it in the corner and using the boards to put it down the ice. Webster out to play it. Eagle leaves that for Frostad. Frostad has some space. He's going to rush it into the zone. Taking the right side. Leaves that. And offside called with 10:31 left in the third period. Still 1:31 left in the power play for the United Sport and Cycle. Back with the puck. Gets that out to center. Morris knocks it down. Comes back into the Canadian zone. Sahara out. PAC really putting the forecheck on. Jammed up against the boards. Now it comes loose. Walking away is Morris. Morris over to Sahara. Sends that up the ice. Tipped by Enrique Gomez, and we have an icing call with 9:57 left in the third period. 57 seconds left in the man advantage for United Sport and Cycle. They're going to have to take the draw down in their own zone. And PAC wins the draw. They put the puck out to center. Pass over to the near side to Olay. He sends that the length of the ice. Here's Frostad. Leaves it behind the net. Picked up by PAC's, number 7. Over to 6. They're going to reset in their own zone. Eating up valuable power play time. That's knocked down at center by Eagle. Tried to walk it through 2 players. Puck comes off his stick. Canadians back in their own zone to reset. Over to Thorvaldson. To Frostad. Up to Thorvaldson, who chips that into center. Then into the PAC zone. Centering pass. Comes over to Schufeld to Frostad. Frostad could pull the trigger. Hangs on though, keeping control in the offensive zone. Up top, here's Eagle. Backdoor looking for Fuhr. PAC player out, joins the play. Fuhr takes a shot, and Lawrence comes out to challenge. And that stops play with 8:55 left in the third period. United Sport Cycle unable to score on the 4-minute power play. And the PACs retain their lead. They're up 3-2 with 8:55 to go in the third period. Face off far side in the Saints zone. Saints move the puck to the outside. Coming up the left side, Kirkman, his shot handled by Webster. Then we got the stop with 8:46 left in the third period. In their own zone, United Sport and Cycle wins it. Can't get it out though. That's knocked down at the line by to Musiak. Puck comes onto the near corner of the Canadian zone. Still battling for it. Here it comes loose. Fed behind the net to the far side. Picked up by number 25, Mavel. There's the shot. Webster with the save. 26 picks it up. Turns, fires. Webster got the blocker on that. Comes off the glass. Eagle puts that down the ice. Icing called with 7:57 left in the third period. Face off near side in the United Sport and Cycle zone. And United Sport and Cycle wins it. Put it to the outside. Hustling on to it. Zahara finds some space. Oh, had room and then slips. PAC gets the puck back. Centering pass to number 19. Number 7 has the guilty look of somebody heading towards the sin bin as the door opens. Interference called on Hudson Wensley of PAC with 7:36 left in the third period. Face off far side in the Saint zone. United Sport and Cycle wins that draw. Eagle with a shot. Move just wide. Comes back to Frostad. Frostad coming into the slot. Couldn't make it too far. Puck comes back to Eagle with a shot. Knocked down in front. It's going to be put to the far side. Eagle stops that advance. Here's Thorvaldson. Over to Hoare. Hoare to Frostad. Frostad is going to skate through center. Come up the right side. Comes all the way across to Hoare. Hoare rips one right on. Puck dropped. Comes back to Hoare. Off the pads. Backhand shot. Another save by Lawrence. And there's the whistle. Stopping play with 6:53 left in the third period. Best looking attack in the last few minutes from United Sport and Cycle. Comes up inches short. Face off near side in the Saint zone. 6:53 left in your third period. 1:17 left in the United Sport and Cycle man advantage. Saints win that face off. Canadians knock it down for just a minute and then PAC sends it the rest of the way. Here's Eagle. Has the puck taken away by number 27. Eagle gets it back. Pass up the near side. Up to Frostad. Over to Thorvaldson. Flips it over to Schufelt. Schufelt picks it up behind the net. Over to Thorvaldson. Far side to Hoare. Over to Eagle. Eagle rips one right into traffic. Keeps it in though. Schufelt trying to dance it into the slot. Thorvaldson picks up the loose puck. Drop pass for Hoare. Hoare stops, turns, fires, and Lawrence makes the glove save. Hoare being patient with it. Ends up being a high quality a shot. But Lawrence with the glove, stopping play there. 5:59 left in the third period. 23 seconds left in the man advantage for CAC. At the point, Morris takes a shot that hits traffic, comes over to the near side, and quickly sent down the ice. Webster out, puts it into the near corner. Swept to the far side. Coming with speed is Taylor. Taylor takes a shot, glove save Lawrence. And that will stop play with 5:36 left in the third period. And the penalty to the PAC player has expired. They're back to full strength. Shots coming from outside the ring line. Lauren's able to manage that. Late change. And the ref won't allow it. Taylor stays on. Thorvaldsen wins it for Canadians. Shot by Morris, tipped in front by West. Comes over to the near boards. PAC puts to the far side. Comes through the legs of Burnett. Shot from the point, and Lawrence able to track that well. Follows up any chance for a rebound. And we'll stop with 5:17 left in the third period. Face off far side in the PAC Saint zone. Shots are 30-36 in favor of CAC. Whistle goes by the linesman. United Sport and Cycle jumped a little early. They'll redo the face-off. West wins it, gets it over to Thorvaldsen. Thorvaldsen throws that in front. He couldn't connect on the pass. Comes back to him, and he moves it to the far side. Stopped at the line. Picked up by West. West trying to drive down low. He's bumped off the puck. Duffett comes in, tries to keep it in the zone. Let's take it away, and PAC gets it up the ice. Turned around in the Canadian zone. Morris puts it down the ice for Thorvaldsen. Tamusiak gets back there in time. Tamusiak finds speed, puts it to the outside, picked up by Rogers. Rogers takes it into the zone. There's a shot. Webster with the save. PAC on the dot. Can't get it to go. Canadians rushing back the other way. Here's Finn Heck. Gets across center and dumps that on goal. PAC moving it on the near side. Gets it up to 22 Bendel. There's a shot, hits a player, stays in play. Tried to feed that back in the slot, that's taken away. Rostad with it. 4 minutes to go in the third period. Zahara up to Enrique Gomez. Formerly Kondo. No, Kondriak. It was Kondriak. Yeah. PAC with it. Pass to the right side, and it just falls off the stick of Bizao. Excellent chance missed there, but PAC still with the puck in the Canadian zone. Tip down low. Comes back to Ulrich. Ulrich on the outside for Enrique Gomez. Centers that. Fuhr can't quite catch up. 21 throws it down the ice. Comes up the near side, still in the Canadian zone. Now it's picked up by Richard. Richard couldn't get it to Fuhr. PAC throws that all the way down the ice. Webster out, sets it up for Turcotte. Turcotte puts it back for Eagle. Eagle to Turcotte. Turcotte left side to Taylor. Taylor walks it in the zone, tips it up. PAC gets it back. They throw it in front of their net, though. Fuhr can't connect. PAC's number 27 takes that into the Canadian zone. Comes on to Webster, and Webster will cover it up. Get a stop with 2:34 left in the third period. We'll have a draw on the far side in the Canadian zone. Time running out for the Canadians to even up this game. They've had many opportunities on the power play, but can't reach the back of the net in the third period. PAC wins that draw. Right side, 13 takes a shot into traffic. Doesn't make it towards the net. 7 tries to finish the job, but that hits another player. Sent down the ice. Good try by Schufelt to swing that into the zone, but that's stopped up by number 15, Johnson. PAC in their own zone. Popped the puck up to Zahara. Couldn't get the shot off. 17 feeds that to the far side. Over to 15. There's a high, long shot, and Webster comes over and just hangs onto the puck with 2:04 left in the third period. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. Looks like we stopped calling shots, so I don't know what the shot on goal told really is. PAC tries to center that. That's tipped up to the point by CAC. Fuhr finds the puck, throws it off the outside, and we'll have an icing call. He was looking for Thorvaldsen, but turned out to be a flat angle, and Thorvaldsen couldn't catch up to it. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. That blocked in the slot. PAC throws that to the open ice. Back to the point. That shot hits a player, goes into the near corner. Fed off the glass. Comes up. Here's a chance on the left side. Zahara runs out of room. Throws that in front. Webster to the bench. And Lawrence is going to hang on to the puck. We'll get that stop here with 1:23 left in the third period. Timeout called by CAC, United Sport and Cycle. Trying to draw up the game-tying goal. So not for lack of opportunity, the Canadians are down 1 goal very late in the third period. PAC's had, Canadians have had 2 separate power plays in the third to try and even it up. Can't find the back of the net. No scoring yet in the third period. Can United Sport and Cycle extend this game by putting one in the last minute 23 here? Face off, near side, in the PAC zone. Canadians net, empty. United Sport and Cycle wins that draw. They keep it in the zone. Pass it behind the net. Here comes Fuhr, trying to loosen it up. PAC gets that out to the line. Eagle sends that down, keeps it in. Thorvaldsen on the far side, trying to drag it off the boards. Comes over to Frostad, arm up of the official. I think we're going to get a slashing penalty issued to, it's a hit to the head. Hit to the head, and the Canadians' penalty box door is open. Webster returns, and Thorvaldsen incredulous to the call. 1:01 left in the third period. And United Sport and Cycle takes a late penalty, draw in their own zone. PAC wins the faceoff. There's a shot right onto Webster. He'll hang on. And we'll get set again with 56 seconds left in the third period. PAC on the power play. Scrambled. PAC wins it. Move it back to the left point. Up to the half boards. Throws that down into the far corner. Back to the point. Out to center. Resetting as they come up the right side and into the Canadian zone. 19 trying to rush. Throws that out in front. That's broken up. Comes to the far boards. Up to the half boards. 25 seconds left as Webster makes a save and the puck goes out of play. "21 seconds left in the third period. PAC on the power play and hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Goes into that far corner. PAC takes the puck into their own zone. Off the boards. There's a shot. Webster makes the save. Whistle goes, and we only got a second and a half left in the game. So, after the puck drops here, the Canadians will be handed their second straight loss after losing to MLAC last night. Difference in the game might be that first shorthanded game or shorthanded goal by PAC as they take this one 3-2 here in Spruce Grove at the Grant Fuhr Arena. PAC improves their record to 2-1, and CAC United Cycle falls to 1-2. Working the camera this afternoon, Mr. Greg Eagle. Thank you very much for doing that for the team. My name's Curtis Bajkowski. It's been a pleasure, folks. I didn't actually check to see when the next time we play. Let's pull the old phone out and we'll double check. I'm sure my wife is already telling me. Let's see here. Monday is a practice. Tuesday is a game. No, it's not. Tuesday is Dryland, it looks like. Let's see here. Wednesday, October 15th. United Sport and Cycle playing Southside Athletic Club Cameron Homes. Folks, we should see you Wednesday night. I'm in town this week. Not working. At least out of town. I'll be working from the office. Anyway, too much information. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I hope you have a great afternoon. We will see you back here on this channel Wednesday night when United Sport and Cycle takes on Southside Athletic Club.